live. Welcome, everybody, to episode 94 of the Sling'N podcast. I'm Kent.
And I'm Frank.
Hey, there we go. So, TJ never taught me how to use the countdown. I didn't know there was an extra button to hit. So it's just going to count down forever. Oh, my goodness. Hi, Frank.
Hey, Kent. How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Doing good. Trying to stay out of trouble.
Thanks for being here for the Sling'N podcast. I appreciate you filling in for Mr. Hoity-toity Frank, or Mr. Hoity-toity TJ, I mean. You're hoity-toity.
My pleasure. Anything that I could do, to help out and come do what I can.
Yeah, man. So, what's been new in your world?
A little bit of everything and a whole lot of nothing all at the same time. Just a lot of work. Been just absolutely slammed at work with keeping the commies out of our network, which has been it's an ongoing, never-ending process. And then outside of that, just working on some pretty cool things at the range, getting a little bit of practice in, very little, but a little bit of practice in. It's been good.
Now, what would make you have to practice?
Yeah, a little bit of everything, like the upcoming classes and stuff. I mean, that's the thing I'm most nervous about. So that's the things I want to make sure that I'm squared away on and ready to rock.
So, all I want to know is how much offset does a Chiappa Rhino have with a red dot? And how many times am I going to hear that excuse in T-minus 6 weeks and counting? That's all I want to know.
Like 4 inches. It's like that, man.
That's a big 4 inches.
Yeah, well, that's the lie I tell my wife.
Yeah. Huh? Yeah. So, for those playing the home game, Frank and I are referring to the Range Master Instructor class. What the hell is it called? The Master
Development. I think it's a Master Development.
Range Master Instructor Development.
Yep.
That poor old fella has no idea what he's in for. There's going to be like 8 degenerates on the range all at one time.
Well, he's watching this right now, so he has to have some sort of idea.
He probably is. He's probably in his old-fashioned lair drinking bourbon, shaking his head.
Smoking a fine Apache Solution cigar.
Right. Wait, there's Apache Solution cigars?
Yeah, buddy. Yeah. I'll bring you some.
How the fuck am I just now finding out about this?
Because it just happened. It's a new thing.
Like when?
I don't know, past couple of weeks, maybe a month, something like that.
My hands are empty.
Yep.
My lighter hath no flame. I don't understand this.
We will hook you up. I was waiting until we all got together and we could share the love.
Nobody dares making cigars. You got a company doing it, or what's the deal?
Yeah. So I was able to find a company that would blend everything the way that I wanted it blend, same wrapper, the whole 9 yards. And no, they're not from Commie Cuba. They're from Nicaragua, and it's going to be good. So I have
Doc is telling on you. Doc's over there saying it was before he came up to visit.
It may be, yeah. I don't know. It's been a while.
Well, show's over. Good night, everybody. I'm summarily offended at this point.
Well, again, I don't want to just hand them out if we can't enjoy it together. So
That's
there's got to be a little bit of give and take there. You got to give me a little bit of grace.
No, this is a good point. The truth is we got to start doing this like the Rogan show, where I fly my guests in.
Oh. Yes, sir.
If
you can, fly me in every single week as long as I'm home for the very next morning, that'd be fantastic.
Bro, that'd be legit, would it not? Or we can just fly the kids and the missus up. Also be legit.
That would work out very, very well. Very much so.
Yeah. So it's funny so there's a group text. Actually, there's about 11 group texts. I'm part of about 8 of them. Amongst all the fellers who are going to the Range Master Super Duper Master class. And it seems like everybody but me is nervous about Revolver. Now, don't take this the wrong way. It's not that I think I'm going to kick ass with the Revolver. It's just I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
I point the thing at the thing and press the thing. You guys know this is my mantra. I assume there's a thing that you aim with, some sort of, I don't know, and boom.
Well, I mean, it's the same. It's press trigger, don't disrupt sights. But, the thing that a lot of people don't do, especially when they're shooting revolvers, is they don't shoot it double action. They shoot it single action.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have this false sense of this is how I can shoot this gun. And if you don't press that heavy 12-pound trigger or whatever it is, all the way through straight to the rear without disrupting your sights, which, can be a challenge, then it's, it can throw you for a loop, especially if you're not anticipating or not prepared for it. So, there's a little bit of an art to running a revolver versus, a semi-auto pistol. So that's been, it's been fun for me playing, and I get to break out the rhinos and break out all the fun stuff. And Scotty sent me down a 340 PD. Little titanium thing. Tell you what, that thing bites. That is a blaster right there. But still, I mean, it's a little bit of a science, or a little bit of an art, I should say. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, I have 3 revolvers in my life. I have the Ruger GP100 Match Champ 10 mil with the 40 S&W Moon clips. That's what I'll be running for that class.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a LCR X 22 LR 3-inch, and I've got an LCR.
Yeah.
I'm not bringing none of that pocket revolver nonsense with me because Daryl Blokey's wrong.
Well,
he's not wrong. He's not wrong. I just suck at it.
I was about to say, well,
I ain't doing it. I ain't telling him he's wrong.
No, I'm not either. That is a big dude. I don't know if you've ever seen like his calf muscle. That thing is like, a ham hock. I mean, he's a big dude. It's not someone I want to, cuss even behind his back. So
no,
but
no.
But and same thing. I mean, I have my reasons for the revolvers that I use and from time to time actually carry. I really like the rhinos. For me, the offset is very similar. It's very, very close as far as what I'm used to. I don't have to think too much difference between what I'm using between a dot versus the rhino, shooting irons. So it's just very comfortable. The grip is it's a little more pronounced. So you have to overextend just a little bit more than what you normally do with a handgun, or with a semi-auto, but not by much. I mean, it's very minute as far as the grip angle on the rhino and all. So I don't know. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, I like the GP100 a lot. Matter of fact, well, see, that's not true. If Santa's listening and wanted to bring me some pew pew for Christmas, Santa could bring me a GP100 Match Champ 357. That wouldn't bother me none.
Right.
Santa could also bring me a Beretta 1301. That wouldn't bother me none at all.
No, yeah. I love my 1301. It is an absolute blast to shoot.
I think I'm going to dress up as Santa, go buy me a 1301, wrap that motherfucker, and put it under the tree.
And this one's for me. That's what. So last night I ended up asking Candace if I could buy my Christmas present. I'm just getting a couple of grips actually for the rhinos for the class that's coming up. So I got tracking today. They're coming all the way from the UK. So fun times.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. They're going to be pretty nice looking maple grips.
The boss is interjecting. No, you cannot buy more guns. I see that.
No, she actually walked in and scared me. She's putting up the little baby gate.
I was just waiting for you to be like, and news from my producer. Apparently, I've been divorced for buying too many guns.
You're in my ear, so I'm not gonna.
Right.
She's not gonna hear that one yet.
Right. So, another fellow podcaster has been discussing buying a Staccato P.
Yeah.
Yeah, TJ's jonesing for a Staccato, man.
I like Staccatos. One of our buddies, yeah, in a past life was all about them, especially the older Staccatos. Not so much the. I think that they finally got over some of their quality control issues. They went through a issue there for several years.
You're talking about your boy that was shooting the STIs.
Yeah, from the STI.
I know you mean. Yep.
And so that finally kind of getting over some of that some of those issues between that and their quality control issue. I think they're probably pretty squared away now, but I mean, I enjoy them. They're great guns. It's just not my thing. Uh-oh.
That was weird.
That was very weird. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Here, hold on. That coming through?
I can hear you. Yeah, I didn't know if that was me or if that was you. All of a sudden, I couldn't hear anything.
All right. Yeah, Doc says he's trying to buy a gun, but no love from you.
Yeah. There's nothing I got that Doc wants.
No?
No.
Speaking of people buying and selling, trading,
he's a lefty.
Guns, yeah, who cares about being a lefty? I'm a lefty. I just saw the shit off the wrong side of the gun and shoot it anyway.
All my stuff's set up for a righty.
I want to know how Landon likes that Smith & Wesson I sold him.
That's a good question. I have not heard. Honestly, I haven't even seen Landon in a minute.
I wonder if he shot it. Because that gun, he knew it before I sent it to him, but I was like, yeah, I might have dremeled off the ambidextrous slide stop because left-handed.
Right. That's funny.
That's the last thing I shot. Well, what'd you think? Did you like it or didn't you? I mean, I hope you did. Last thing you shot like 6 months. It has been that long, yeah. How are the Walters treating the Horvath family?
Very good. They needed a little bit of love. They're a little dirty. Had a lot of shit going on when I got them. But
I told you they were used.
Oh yeah, no, they're definitely used. They're used quite a bit. But they're doing great. Candace really enjoys shooting Walters. I've had her on the range with them just once or twice, and she really liked it. We actually talked about it just the other day. She's wanting to get back out and try it again. So
good, man.
Yep.
I would like nothing more than for your wife to shoot a son of a bitch with one of my former guns. That would make me feel fantastic.
I have mixed feelings about that statement. But,
okay,
but yes,
if she has to,
through obligation, yeah,
right. If it has to happen,
right. If it has to happen, absolutely.
Yeah. So let's see. Speaking of people having to shoot people, our topic for tonight is concealed carry insurance or concealed carry. Prepaid legal services plans or whatever you want to call them. Yep. So we're going to talk about that in a little bit. Let's see. What else do we have to talk about update-wise and topical-wise before we get there? Did we do an update on Rittenhouse? We did an update on Rittenhouse. Apparently, he's going to be the director of training at Voda Tactical. Did you hear that?
It wouldn't surprise me.
You like that?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, things. I don't know. Things are weird in the self-defense world. Yes, Don. Thank you for reminding me to remind myself. For some reason, I still have 4 freaking seats in traumatic medical fundamentals coming up this Sunday. I've got 4 seats in med class. Taught by a real med person, not by me. I am not a real med person. Never claimed to be one. She is a professional. Learn from her, not me. Oh my goodness!
There's a good question. How about them? How many puppies did you end up with, Kent?
It's a good thing my wife don't watch this podcast. We'll find out if she does or doesn't. I might be being a little loud. But Daddy's plan for family Christmas is to surprise with a puppy.
Right.
As those of you know, many of you know anyway, Karma the Golden Retriever passed away after 12 years of faithful service. And I was ready to let it ride, honestly. I was like, you know what? We got 2 dogs. Let's let it ride.
Right.
And the damn Golden Doodle is miserable without a full-size dog to play with.
Yep.
Just miserable. So, Golden Retriever puppy. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
I mean, my house doesn't have enough chaos and nonsense and crazy schedules.
No. They're only going to be stupid for about 2 years.
Yeah. It's not like my wife's been chasing around a little human who poos on everything.
Right.
You know.
You got one you got to put diapers on. Why not just have another one that just pees on the floor? I mean, there's not going to be too much of a difference.
Well, I mean, that's me, not to mention the dog.
It depends.
It does. Yes, it does depend. So maybe a pooch. We'll see if I can find one. I'm not up for buying a Golden Retriever on www.terriblyoverbredgoldenretrievers.com.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't really sound like a good idea to me.
Right.
But
we end up getting our golden doodle from like a Mennonite family that's not far from us.
Yeah.
And that was he has been like the best purchase ever. He's a family member now.
Fucking Dan Brady. So, for those of you listening to audio, Dan Brady says, Kent, you are the golden retriever of humans. Super nice. Rarely knows what's going on. I love you, Dan Brady. Yeah. No, Dawn, I know. That's what I'm trying to avoid, inbred puppy mill dogs. Damn Dan Brady. Although, to be fair, Dawn, Katie the Golden Doodle is an inbred Lancaster puppy mill dog. The only thing good about Amish puppy mill dogs is they're tax-free. So that's pretty cool. And you can never tax them.
Yeah.
They're always Amish. So
I think your Amish folk are a little bit different than ours down here.
this is true.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that because you're not far from Hershey and all that mess up there.
No, not at all. Not far from Hershey at all. Hershey, Lancaster, Lebanon.
Yep.
Oh my God! You want to do some fun shit? Let's all go to Hershey Park.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's take like 10 concealed carry gun shooting instructor dudes to Hershey. Let's see how many of us can get in with our guns.
Okay.
I'm 2-0 so far, by the way.
Really?
Oh yeah. Fuck. What? Beep 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 beep. Yes, that's my insulin pump. Okay.
So the Candace and I, we went down to the Atlanta Aquarium down in Georgia, and I'm not walking around there without my gun. Period.
No.
So
I wouldn't go anywhere near Atlanta without my gun.
So we went to the aquarium, and they have all the thermal imaging and the wands, the whole 9 yards. And I'm sitting there thinking, wow, they got a lot more, no firearms, no this, no that. I'm like, wow, they got a lot more here than I thought they did. And I got all the way up and I see all the thermal imaging and all this other stuff. I'm like, ooh, this isn't going to go well for me. We'll have to see how this goes. And then, so I just this one lady who was right in front of me walked through, and I kind of bum rushed her. I was like right behind her, and she had this great big old bag on, and it beeped and went all crazy. And then they stopped her and they pulled her over to go dig through her bag, and I just went on, kept on pushing on through. So, yeah, that was my one.
I just would like to picture some kind of puffin fish being like, "Hey, that motherfucker got heat."
Yeah, that would be funny. Or seal or whatever. It was actually a pretty neat aquarium. I really enjoyed the aquarium, but the other city life that was there was a little distracting.
Right. No, we went to We went to a concert. What the hell did we go to? Cirque du Soleil in Hershey. Because every once in a while, my wife wants to punish me mercilessly. So we went to Cirque du Soleil, and they beeped me, and they started at the bottom and wanted me upwards, and they beeped on the med kit, and I don't know, I guess the NPA or no, the decomp needle must have got it or something. It beeped right away, and the guy goes, "What's that?" I said, "Oh, it's a medical device," and he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, sir," and he just like waved me through like I was some kind of tard. I'm like, "Thank you," you know, whatever I got to do, I'll get through. It's fine,
Right.
you know. But
Dandruff's is goofier mini.
I like that. I like that, Scott. That's good shit. So let's see. What else do we have to talk about? Oh, so local news update. Our boy in the Lancaster Mall, dude who shot dude who was shooting up mall in Lancaster.
Yeah.
Nobody knows guy's name still, and guy has not been prosecuted.
Oh, goodness.
Victory for self-defense and good people everywhere. That's effing awesome.
Right.
So
our gal Phoenix, that she came up and did her basic pistol course the other day.
How was that?
Last weekend. Everything went well. I heard back from Tim. He said that everything, did fine and everything went good. It was a relatively small class, so it was pretty awesome. So that was exciting.
That's fantastic, man. That's really good.
Yep.
I like it when the podcast makes positive influences on other people's lives.
Yeah, for sure.
That's pretty cool shit.
Yeah, that was direct result. Yeah, Tim said she killed it. So
yes, that's awesome, man. I really fucking love it. That's really cool shit. That makes the whole show worth it.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. Yeah, that wouldn't have happened without you. So we win the podcast. So we definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, it's cool to have legit people to send people to.
Oh yeah, for sure. Tim, myself, and another student were talking about that here just yesterday. He was thinking about wanting to, set some stuff up and do some neat things, some big plans. So, one of the questions he was asking was, well, are we going to be in competition with, another range outside? Do we consider them competition? It's like, no, not at all. If you're trusted, then we can send you business and vice versa. I mean, it's a mutual beneficiary thing. Even if you're in your own backyard, like our goal is to, to really make to change our community and a better community. And, just because we're in the same relative location, it doesn't necessarily mean competing. We're jointly helping each other.
Yeah.
So that's our view on it anyway. And if you're not teaching, if you're not up to snuff, it's maybe a little bit of a different story. It's not really competition, but maybe counterproductive to what our end goal is. But regardless, I mean, it's all good things.
Interestingly enough, I had an experience with the not up to snuff crowd recently, but it turned positive because a guy wanted to do some teaching at a place I'm involved with. And I got involved in being like, hey, so let's vet you a little bit. Let's see what you're doing. And, who are you insured through? Who are you trained with? What's your POI look like? Starting to ask a bunch of questions.
Right.
And the guy was straight up like, hey, maybe I'm not ready for this.
Nah.
I was like, well, fuck me. That's refreshing.
Yeah, here's your sign, buddy.
Well, no, but like in a positive. Nice to meet you.
Right.
You are welcome to come out to class. Like, come on in. The water's
for sure.
So that can work out good too.
So, yeah, I mean, it was a very similar experience. It was, really going through and, you hear these stories of these guys who want to jump into training and they want to, make big dollars and, have these grand plans. But, when you actually sit down and talk with them and really get okay, but tell me, like, what is driving you to this decision? Like, is it just the dollars? Because, our friend Tom Gibbons says, I mean, or not just Tom, but I mean, a lot of the big heads and
None of us make big money.
Well, it's not just that, but if you want to have big money, like if you want to make a ton of money in this industry, start off with a ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not going to make you rich.
No, even the people in this business, I do believe the people that are the biggest people in the firearms training community are like mid-level day traders anywhere else. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, you can make all kinds of money doing all kinds of things.
Right.
But, you know, the whole deal is maybe making money doing something you care about.
Yeah, for sure.
I just had to talk about this with my boss in the corporate world just today. He was, you know, kind of sharing with me that he was like, you know, it's really cool that you do something for money that you actually care about. Yeah, isn't that a goddamn, you know?
I think Dan Brady hit the nail on the head there. It's there's enough money to be made by everyone, but the overarching goal is to make the whole armed community better. I think that was well said.
You know what? There's a reason Dan Brady's a professional. Solid, Dan. Solid answer. So, the topic of discussion tonight is something that I think I said this like an episode or two ago, and I'll reiterate it. I was wrong, right? So I have to say that first. Or how about perhaps I have changed my opinion?
I've changed my mind.
Right. You won't hear that a lot, except I hear it a lot. You know, talk to dudes who do this on a high level. You'll hear a lot of people, you know, who have changed their mind on various subjects. But it's hard for guys to admit that they really had to change their mind on a topic. So the topic of concealed carry protection plans, concealed carry insurance, and all that is something that I've recently changed my mind on. Mainly because a new affiliate gave me $1 million, and now they made me change my mind. Do you believe me? Because that's not true. I mean, I wish, but that's not the truth. Oh, geez, Doc's. The minute we get serious, Doc's going to bed. Doesn't that figure?
We planned this. This is what we were going to do.
Yeah, we didn't want Doc to be involved until 9:30, and then Doc.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we talk about him all night.
That's absolutely right.
My standard answer to people who wanted to talk about concealed carry insurance products has evolved. I in my business had a pretty negative experience with a provider that will remain nameless throughout this episode, and any other time you'll not see our name affiliated with them, etc. Here since and into the future, and that's been that way for 4 or 5 years. But my standard answer was, if you took all the money you were going to spend over the course of 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 years, and you just invested that money in competent legal counsel from a retainer perspective, you'd probably come out in about the same place. And quite frankly, most of these insurance products are pretty bupkis and pretty suspect. That's been my opinion. I've continued to get questioned about it. I've continued to get asked about it, which continues to make me research. It continues to make me redo my homework. And that is no longer my opinion. Okay. So, I'm not here to. I will at the end of the episode. I will share the fact that we've just agreed to an affiliation with one of these organizations. Green Mountain Defense is now affiliated with one of them. But I wanted to kind of go over, since you have some experience in this, and you have policies with like 11 of them or however many you have. I wanted to go over some of the best practices rather than talk about why company X is better than company Y. If we can just stick to what are some things to look for and what are some things to be concerned about, kind of brand agnostic wise, how would we recommend folks proceed in this area? So that being said, first of all, Are you familiar with the difference between concealed carry insurance and prepaid legal services, for example?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
What does that mean to you when you hear that? What does that mean to you?
So, prepaid legal services is going to be more like a retainer. Something that you you either have something that's already set up, some sort of agreement that if such and such happens that's within the realm of this legal scope, that's covered under this legal scope, then they're going to go to bat for you, but you're still shelling out more money during the process. Where the carry insurance is more of if it falls within the scope of these very specific rules, these very specific guidelines, and all the I's are dotted, all the T's are crossed within this group, then we'll cover you for an annual fee or monthly fee or something like that.
Okay. So within the concealed carry insurance products umbrella, there are basically two types of providers. There are providers that are membership organizations that are self-funded, and there are providers that are underwritten, just like any other insurance product is.
Right.
Now, one of my biggest gripes with this in the past has been that the underwritten products oftentimes require a kind of like a positive defense. Basically the idea is once you've been found not guilty, then they'll pay the tab.
Right.
And not all of us are, I don't know, Frank. Some of us can't afford to pay the tab off. Oh, stop it. Stop shaking your head. Damn
well.
No,
man. There's no way.
You got about 11 1301s and
no, not for enough for legal defense. I mean, it's just so stupid high. I mean, just in our area alone, the minimum retainer fee is like $65,000 or something crazy. I mean, it really starts getting really high up there for professional criminal defense. So, that's, I mean, we'll talk about it. We'll get into it, but that's one of the reasons why, a retainer for me is just, it's unattainable. It's unreachable for something like this.
What's interesting is I retained a professional attorney for this purpose. And when you really look at it, $5,000 basically buys you a phone call and a show up. $5,000 might cover the first. I mean, I hate to use the term for like the first 48 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The first 48 hours, the first 2 days or so, but the rest of it, if you have an insurance product that says, yeah, well, we'll cover that stuff if you're legit, but I mean, you might have to shell out $200,000 in the process of finding out you're legit, and then we'll reimburse you.
Yeah, it depends on the product. It depends on who's covering you.
Right.
And it really goes down to the fine print, right? So, just like what Dan said, several insurance products for concealed carries have substantially improved in the past few years. He's right; they have improved. A lot of them are still a far shot from, what they should be, or within the scope of self-defense. There's a lot of other gray area that can cause a lot of other issues or a lot of other problems for somebody. Situations where you don't necessarily use your firearm in self-defense. Let's just say use a different legal weapon.
Yep.
There's a lot of carriers who will not cover that. It's outside of the scope of their carry insurance. Yeah, OC spray, mace, any sort of tasers. Again, any other legal weapon that in your locale, in your state, that doesn't cover. The carrier won't actually cover what's happening. That can be. It's just as bad as not having carry insurance to begin with. Now, There are others that I prefer that will carry any legal weapon within your state or our state anyway. And so they're of preference. They're the ones that we really want to go for and look at and really dive into. But outside of that, like, you really need to do your homework and dig into the actual policies and the verbiage in the policy and make sure that what you think you have is actually what you have. I'm of the mind of it's something that you really need to have. If you're an armed citizen, just just so speaking, like, on behalf of Apache, we have our 4 pillars: quality training, quality training, quality gunsmith, quality gear, quality representation. That pillar, that quality representation is of utmost importance. And it's one of those things where it's so important that, like, in every single concealed carry class, and many of our, like, basic pistol classes, or many in the conversation that we have with one-on-one students, we really emphasize, because it's that important, especially in our area. So that's kind of the direction that we steer at Apache anyway. My wife loves me. She loves me.
Is that a cookie?
That is, yes. She has brought me a stack. She like stretched across the table to not be on camera and handed me a stack of nice, warm, fresh out of the oven cookies and a glass of milk.
I don't hear any. I hear 0 cookies coming down the stairs. Of course, my fat keto ass can't have no cookies if my life depended on it. So that shit ain't happening either way.
You can live through me.
That's fine. That's fine. You eat your cookie. So if I was to like lay out a couple bullet points, a couple key things that somebody should be looking for when they're considering a concealed carry protection plan, what do you think those would be? And since you've got a mouthful of cookie, I'll go ahead and continue on with what a couple of mine are, and then I'll let you fill in the gaps. So here's the things I want. I want to be able to have some say in who my attorney is. If you're gonna pay for somebody, but you'll only pay for jackwagonlegal.com/org attorney guy, who just got his associates in law from Dewey Cheatham and Howe University, I'm not sure if that's worth much to me. That's one. 2 is I want it to be self-defense insurance, not shoot 'em up insurance. So guns, ketchup bottles, OC spray, knives, pipe wrenches,
any illegal weapon,
anything legal. I want that to be involved. 3 is I want immediate financial coverage, not reimbursement.
Yep.
You got anything else?
Absolutely. I want to have a person that I can contact at any time, day or night, to ask those questions.
Fuck your cookie. Just saying.
The importance of law, especially in North Carolina, and I'm speaking generally about North Carolina. The law here is there are some very gray areas. There's some places where I don't know, and because of that, I'll often travel to other states and whatnot, and I don't live there, so I don't know what the law's there. So I want to have some way of being able to communicate through an actual lawyer what laws may be in other states, or some clarity on laws that are here locally in my state, so that if I had those questions, I don't necessarily need to reach out to somebody that might know. I'm actually reaching out to an actual licensed attorney that can give me the black and white answer.
I like that.
So that's pretty important to me. I mean, all your other bullet points are absolutely, on absolute money, as far as, bullet points that I would add to that. I mean, really the big one for me is definitely the any legal weapon, and the representation from the get go. From no money out of my pocket, like, just this is why I'm paying this insurance. Let's cover me as long as I'm legal. Cover me.
Yeah, I think the I think the other thing that's important is that these organizations have somebody in your local area who has the skill set to actually adjudicate a case like this.
Oh yeah.
You know, to be able to get the expert witnesses, to be able to get the right representation. Because I mean, just like all mechanics aren't all the right mechanic for your job, all lawyers aren't the right lawyer for your job either. I mean, you get a real estate attorney and throw them in the middle of the Rittenhouse case, you're gonna have a fuck show.
Right.
You know, that's not a good deal. So, you know, it's important to me that we have folks who are competent and capable of discussing civilian self-defense.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Was that a shot timer beep?
No, it's my soldering iron.
Okay. So I almost forgot everything.
I'm doing my ritualistic, work on other projects while hanging out on the podcast.
That's fine. I literally almost just like it almost just happened. I almost just stopped my screen. Yeah, bail money for sure. $1 million for my bail. My carrier has $1 million for my bail. Which carrier is that, if you don't mind? What are some things that these companies do that turn you off? What are some things you don't want to see?
I don't like we've already stated it. The almost like bait and switch. You know, yes, we'll absolutely carry you if you get into a self-defense incident, but you read the fine print and it's, we will reimburse you if you are declared, free and clear, and if you use your firearm. Like, there's all these extra stipulations. That's a big turnoff for me. The absolute, how do I say this? The bombardment of marketing and advertising wank that's on a lot of carriers, especially like big national stage type things. That is that's a turnoff. It's something that I try to avoid. And I'll do due diligence. Once a year or so, I'll go through and I'll look at several different policies and say, okay, well, what makes sense, what doesn't make sense, what has changed, what hasn't changed. And really, for especially a lot of the bigger name ones, there hasn't been a whole lot of changes as far as their actual black and white written policy, but there's a lot of changes to how the information is being presented. So like a lot of their marketing materials have all changed to make it sound better, but it's the same crap. So it's been definitely a process. I think Dan Brady just said he uses CCW Safe.
Okay. I use www.murderinsurance.com.
Murder insurance.
I feel like that's probably all right? Like, I don't see a problem with that.
Oh yeah, no, you're not going to jail, and you're not going to be like get your door kicked down for being a serial killer or anything either.
So, couple things to know, or that maybe people don't know, or whatever. A lot of these organizations reach out to instructors like you and I, and and Apache and GMD and Gunset et al. Dan Brady, LLC, INC, whatever his deal is.
His Dan Brady LLC is not his Gunslinging LLC. That's the one we can't talk about on air.
Oh,
but yeah, he's
not bad. That's his porn star one, is it?
That you let the cat out of the bag. That's his porn star one. Yeah, that's exactly right.
So, one of the things people might not know is that these organizations reach out to firearms instructors as affiliates. They want firearms organizations, firearms training organizations, to be affiliates. So they want us to, peddle their wares for either a percentage of membership or for
some sort of kickback,
or a discounted membership or whatever.
Right.
So a lot of times what you may or may not realize is that one of these organizations that's being put upon you, the person putting it upon you may in fact be receiving some sort of a 1010 code or otherwise be being compensated for their patronage. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm a professional sales guy for a living, right? There's nothing wrong with getting paid to sell something.
Right.
The problem becomes when the organization doing the selling didn't do their due diligence on the organization they're selling for. And if I'm being honest, that's what I was guilty of in the past. I felt very poorly about the product I was putting out once I realized what the product really was, right?
Right.
But be that as it may, where are some good places for the average person, the average concealed carrier, to get information about this stuff?
It's both the best place and the worst place. I would say the internet. I mean, there's all the information is there. You really need to look and read. And the problem with just looking and reading is a lot of the jargon, especially when you get into the weeds, is very technical, very legalistic. So, you really need to spend some time with a dictionary and really to understand, like, what does this actually mean? Like, what is this? What am I actually being covered for here? Now, outside of the internet, some trusted places that I would go to would be some other trainers, especially some of the how do I say that? So some other trusted trainers that are out there. I wouldn't necessarily go to maybe the big wigs, immediately. I would be optimistically cautious, but reach out to people like Green Mountain Defense or Gunset, danbradyloc.org.net. To again get more information, and then really stop and talking to like a lot of your local reps for these various places. Oh, hear from the horse's mouth. I mean, I know they're going to try and sign you up immediately that day, right then and there. The one-time offer, the offers expires, the moment you walk out, kind of thing. But if you can see, immediately, if you can see with your own eyes what wares they're peddling, what your actual coverage is, and you can hear it coming from their mouth, and they can show you on paper, then it's a little bit easier to make a decision.
Yeah, I agree. I think so. Dan Brady brings up a great point, right? Internet information bullshit sniffing should be a profession.
Yep.
But that being said, if you look at like, so for example, if a company was to advertise day one, $1 coverage,
yeah,
and then their fine print clearly states that you have to be adjudicated prior to coverage.
Yeah, that's marketing wank.
That's a fucking problem, right?
Yeah.
So, what are you soldering? Show us.
I can stop. I'm sorry.
No, show us.
It's just a little blackboard. That's all.
What does it do?
This is going to be a oscillator board for a Tesla coil.
I'm sorry, your microphone just failed. Could you please speak English?
Yeah, it's
a Tesla coil is one of them things that charges the California sedans. I know that much.
Close enough.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's a little thing that shoots sparky sparks out of the air.
Oh, it's like a popcorn maker.
Yeah, popcorn for your brain cells.
Okay. And an oscillator means it like dances or what?
Yeah, it oscillates. Yeah, perfect. No, you're right. It oscillates. It lets me put sound in and get sound in, and then I get sparks on the thing to dance and bounce.
You mean like like that?
Yeah, exactly. I will take that. I'll take that and play it through my sound machine.
You know, I can barely spell concealed carry insurance when I try to type it out. And you are soldering Tesla coil oscillators. We may have an imbalance of education in this here fucking friendship, my friend. This is
Nope. Just different interests in different places.
Mm-hmm. Tesla coil. So, for those that don't know, Nikolai Tesla is who he's referring to, not Elon Musk.
He's Googling right now.
Huh?
No, you're right.
No, my hands were here. I didn't do shit. I didn't do no Googling. I absolutely don't have Sophie sitting behind the monitor feed me information on the iPad. Nope.
She's your teleprompter behind the desk.
Yeah. I'm Ron Burgundy. A network of trusted trainers. Yeah. See, Dan Brady brings up a great point. So that's the thing that really got me to sign back up with one of these organizations was the fact that the one that I agreed to be an affiliate for makes its bread and butter by referring other trainers.
Yeah.
Which, I done started a podcast to refer other good trainers to other people. So that's something I care about. Makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, for sure.
So can you envision a situation in which you would need this insurance that doesn't involve a gun?
Absolutely. I mean, again, and any legal weapon.
All right, Elon,
we'll
put
say,
the Tesla coil down.
We'll say no. I'm just saying, like, well, let's say that I'm in a scenario where I don't have my firearm on me for some reason, or I don't need it. Like it's not necessarily life or death. It's just a good old fashioned brawl, Somebody said something ugly. I said something ugly back. I escalated when I should have de-escalated. It didn't happen. And we got into a
good old fashioned hootenanny.
Good old fashioned hootenanny, yeah.
Okay.
If I was in the right, if I was the one who was, using it in actual self-defense, or let's back up. Let's maybe that wasn't necessarily a good scenario, but we'll say that, I'm out with my family and something happens, right? Something breaks out. Somebody's trying to be fresh with my wife, whatever it may be. And I intervene in that scenario, and I'm in defense of myself or in defense of my loved ones. We get into a fight, and I use whatever, my great bro muscles, or
eat another cookie,
pair of pliers or something.
yeah,
my cookie bro. And I would want to have some sort of coverage there. I would want to have some way of being able to defend myself. We'll say, my family. Let's say my wife's out in the neighborhood running or something like that, because Lord knows I don't. If she were to use a taser or OC spray or something like that, and in defense of herself to get away from an assailant, then she needs to be covered, and it needs to happen. It doesn't need to be a second guess kind of thing.
Very cool. So, not to bring too much of your personal life into this, but you mentioned to me earlier today when we talking about this that you have more than one of these organizations that you're a member of.
I have more than one instructor insurance. I only have one carry insurance.
Okay, so why do you have more than one instructor insurance? Let's leave it at
that. Because there was some overlap. I had one, and I wanted to be able to teach reloading, and one said, yeah, well, you can teach reloading under this. And then so I got it, and then it comes to find out their underwriter said, no, you cannot teach reloading under this. So I was like, oh crap, okay, well, I already got it anyway. I'm already paying for it, so instead of reimbursing me, I'll just keep it. And then I found one that does cover reloading. So I have 3 grand total.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Fair enough. So,
And all three. So one's kind of generic. Another covers force on force, and a third covers reloading. So I'm covered under any number one of those. As far as firearm specific insurance, and then I have a fourth, which is just professional insurance that covers my beep booping and just normal everyday type stuff.
yeah, general business liability.
Yeah.
P.S. If you're operating a firearms training company and the only insurance that you have is the several $100 locked-in affinity nonsense, you are vastly underprepared.
Yeah.
Anyway, so do you mind which concealed carry insurance do you have? Which one?
So I use U.S. Law Shield. We went through a whole process several years ago of really going through, because we were getting bombarded with questions. Who would we recommend? Who do we use? The whole 9 yards. And we really dug into it. And U.S. Law Shield was one of the only ones. It's member based, but it was one of the only ones that we could find that checked all those boxes off for us. And since then, they have done nothing but get better, get stronger. They have better coverage. One of the things I do not like about U.S. Law Shield is they have like these little packaged plan things. So you have their base membership, and then you have,
how many people do you want to murder?
Yeah, no, not exactly. It's more of the, like, we have a hunting package that covers hunting if you get have issues with hunting. We have a bail bondsman package so that we'll cover your bail. We have a professional witness package, so if you have to get a professional expert, we'll stuff like that. I think it should just be one and done. If you're going to charge me $400 or whatever it is, if you're going to charge me $400, so be it. But it needs to be all in.
Is it that much? Is it $400?
No, it's not. It's like I think I cover my entire family, and I have like everything. It's like $200 a year or something like that. Right. It's hardly anything. So that is who we chose. I think there's more good than things I don't like about it. So a lot of things I don't like about it are just going to be more clerical type things. Package type deal. As far as the good, it's definitely just like I've said before, any legal weapon. If I have a question about any other state, I literally call up the non-emergency number and I say, hey, I'm traveling to this state. I'm connecting through this state. What are these states? What do I need to be concerned about? For example, when I went to Washington last year, I did the same thing. Called up the non-emergency number, said, hey, I'm going to Washington State. What do I need to know? And a lawyer from Washington State called me and said, this is what you need to know. And then sent me an email with state legislators, state statutes, bang, 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 all nice, clean, organized. I could read it. I understood it. I had a direct line to an actual lawyer in that state who, was able to have a quick conversation with me and tell me what I needed to know, what was covered, what wasn't. And then same thing for, it doesn't necessarily have to be about gun stuff. I had questions in our state, North Carolina, regarding blades. Some of the laws here are kind of vague when in regards to blades. So we had some questions, and so we called up, and non-emergency number, no problem. And we're put in contact with a lawyer, and he said, yep, here's what you need to know. Dirks and daggers. That's what you can't have. Everything else is okay. When COVID started, we had a lot of our students were asking, hey, in our state, there's a statute that says, if you can't have a concealed carry if you're masked. And it's really geared more towards like, the KKK and, having mask, riding and stuff like that. So that's what we didn't know. According to, how it was worded, how it sounded, it was, if we have a, M95 on, we can't carry our guns. That wasn't the case. But we actually were able to contact a lawyer and get a lawyer to send us this information, send us the statutes and everything. So we say, okay, and then we could point our students to it. Hey guys, we talked to a lawyer, we talked to our guys. This is what they said verbatim. So it's
or you can not wear an N95 and carry a gun.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly. There's that. Yep, that's right.
Cool. So what are some things that would scare you away from a provider? What would make you be like, oh.
Well, I think it's a lot of stuff that we've already talked about, but it's the not cover me from minute one, from incident one. That's going to be a big nope, not going to mess with it. I don't want anything about it. Right. I don't want you to say, yeah, you might be carried, but we need to wait till the end to find out. Well, meanwhile, I have no more dollars left. To hire who I need to hire, to get professional witnesses or whatever, professional expert witnesses or whatever it may be to speak on my behalf.
Yeah, I'm also turned off by the marketing. I swear to God that the same people who do the marketing for the NRA do the marketing for half these companies, where it's like, there's going to be 11 people in your house at midnight, and they're going to attempt to steal your children, and you will have to defend your family for $19.99 a month. You can, I just get.
I want to cover what Dan just said. Dan said, "What if I physically defend myself? What if Ken has too many bourbons deep, starts touching me, doesn't listen to me saying no, and I break his jaw?" With the U.S. Law Shield, if it's a straight case of self-defense, you were saying, okay, stop, get away from me, that kind of thing. As far as U.S. Law Shield goes, you're covered. It's one of the reasons why we covered him. Again, that's bare knuckles. That's fist to fist. It doesn't necessarily have to cover, the use of a weapon. The other side of that is, again, this is one of the things I don't like, is the whole package deal there. But there's also things that cover like your kids. So my kids are far too young to be getting in fights. Well,
yeah, I was going to say, sure.
Harper's whooping on me already. But if Harper were to go to school, she gets into a physical altercation with a classmate, a bully, we'll say, and she puts the bully in the right place, and parents decide to sue. With my plan, my kid is covered. Lewis also goes to bat for her. So again, that's one of those, now it's, just physically defending yourself. Any legal weapon, your fists are considered legal weapons.
In Dan Brady's case, his are considered registered legal weapons.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Them bitches got serial numbers on them.
Yeah, each knuckle.
001, 002, 003, 004, all 5. Yeah. Yeah, that's a thing for sure. What other stuff? What did you think we were going to talk about this topic that we didn't go over yet?
No,
Did we do it? We might have done it.
I feel like we've done it. I feel like we're working on beating a dead horse.
That's all good.
But, no, like I said, it was when I had saw the episode naming, everything like that, I just saw like carry insurance, and I was like, oh yeah, I got some of that. And going through and doing like a lot of research and reading, for anybody that's looking for it, I would absolutely, just go through and read some of the research, read the jargon, the technical jargon, as far as, what these companies are actually supplying you, and what you're actually getting for your hard-earned dollars.
Did you see Don's question?
No, I didn't. What do you say? Don, would I be covered if I beat dead? Ah, ha, 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 ha. Yes, you would be covered. Actually, I think Peter would probably come after your ass. So.
Yeah, dude. The charges would stick like glue. Why did the horse get a divorce?
Oh no! Why?
Why did the horse get a divorce?
Why did a horse get a divorce?
His wife kept saying, nay.
Nay. Nay.
She got all mad because she thought she was her main horse, but she was only the side horse.
Only if we made it to the factory, Don says.
Yeah, that's right. Anyway, I made a main joke. That didn't land at all. That's okay. All right. I'll just saddle up, ride off into the sunset on my freaking Force One. That was good. It was really good. Well, I do feel as though we may have covered this topic real well. So U.S. All Shield's good.
Yeah,
anybody else
in my opinion.
Anybody else good?
CCW Safe is actually pretty good. There was some stuff that, well, we'll get into another time.
No, go ahead.
There's there are going to be good things, bad things about any carrier that you go with. You just need to find the one that is of least consequence to you and what risks you're willing to assume.
Yeah.
So for me personally, U.S. All Shield is U.S. All Shield, Texas All Shield. I think they're one of the same. That was my go-to. That's the one that I recommend to, anybody that's breathing, anybody that's listening. I've had nothing but good rapport with them. Good feedback. Good. I mean, I don't get paid anything for it. I've been a member for several years. But it's just one of the things where it's you just have to decide how much risk you're willing to assume. I mean, I've already said it, but everyone's going to have things that they can and cannot do. I'll leave it at that.
Cool. So now we're to the end of the episode. I have chosen the Armed Citizens Legal Defense Network, ACLDN, for GMD's affiliation. Mainly because here in central Pennsylvania, a couple of the folks they have on their preferred attorneys list is pretty legit.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Excellent show, dude. CCW Safe was my second consideration for recommendation to our students. They have trusted pro. Okay, CCW Safe, says Tim.
Yep.
Cool. So CCW Safe, ACLDN, and US All Shield. Any others that are like thumbs up? I can't think of any.
Not that I would recommend.
Specifically, concealed carry insurance. There's a bunch of good firearms training insurance, but
oh yeah, for sure.
That's probably another whole show.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, Mr. Frank, you got anything you want to plug?
I got all kinds of things I want to plug.
What do you want to plug?
Tim would probably be miffed at me if I didn't talk about some of our upcoming things that I am absolutely, in all seriousness, excited for. We have some workshops coming up. If I can get my phone to cooperate. Let's see. Come on, phone. Not January. Anyway, we have a bunch of great things that are coming up.
Low light's coming.
Low light's coming, yeah, but I'm trying to find the date of the low light.
Well, if you had your flashlight, you would be able to see the fucking date. It's not that hard.
Shut up. The worst part about it is I'm actually helping with that one. Where is it? It's my phone here somewhere.
He's just
working. All right, so our Glock familiarization class is on Friday the 17th. So if you run a Glock, one of those plastic guns, and you want to learn the ins and outs of that Glock, we won't make you an armor, but you'll be pretty daggone close. That's right. Good old plastic boy. In that class, that course, just a little 4-hour seminar. We go through and everything from this is how you safely disassemble the gun. This is how all the inner workings of the gun, all these little magical pieces This is how they work together to, make the bang that, hits primer that sends the projectile downrange. Like we really go in depth with, the functioning and cleaning and the maintenance of that particular class of firearms. So the Glock. Got another concealed carry course that's coming up on the 18th. I've heard that there may be a surprise guest that's coming down and visiting for that particular class.
The worst prank on Zach in the history of Zach pranks.
That is
Absolutely
100% on Doc. Like,
God damn it! All I wanted to do is fuck with Zach. Any Hoosers, I'm coming down to North Carolina to do some hunting with Zach, and while I'm there, I might show up to a concealed carry class. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I'm not going to be teaching nothing unless Tim yells at me and goes, "Get up here and work." But I'll probably sit around and hang out.
I don't even know. I don't know. I don't know what happened.
It didn't go well. The prank did not go as planned.
We said something. Yeah. Anywho, there we go.
Don, when am I going to start teaching what class, bud?
When are you going to start teaching a class, Kent?
Yeah, I don't know what class. Anyway, back to your workshops. Oh, low light. Okay. Difference between a class and a workshop. The Apache dudes are doing 3 and 4 hour workshops that are on specific topics that are kind of primers for larger
found it.
In the topic, right?
Yeah, so our workshops are just they're quick. Usually they're within 4 hours. Each workshop kind of varies, and it's just hey, this is an introduction, or this really doesn't merit being gone all day long. So we can cover the content within 4 hours or something like that, whatever it may be. So it'll take just a partial day or a partial time. And then we kind of go over the content, again, depending things. Our recoil management workshops are a pretty popular one. It's usually like a Saturday, morning or something like that. Knocks out in 3 or 4 hours. January 7th of 22. That is when we're unveiling the low light considerations workshop. All of this is on Eventbrite. And then, so we got another workshop January 22nd. Got a recoil elements of concealed draw. It's a 4-hour workshop. Recoil management workshop. It's the 23rd of January. So we have a lot of, like I said, workshops, especially in the winter months. We try to bring a lot more things inside, or things where we can do dry fire courses or these Glock familiarization classes, stuff like that, to where we can sit in the warm. Indoors and still hang out, still learn plenty about our firearms and not be out on the range shivering.
I love how you act like it gets cold in North Carolina.
Oh, I mean, I'm good. I got Yankee blood in me, but a lot of our counterparts down here, if it's especially down close to Florida, if it gets anywhere close to 70, they're like, "Oh, I'm dying. I need a blanket. Oh, cover me up."
I just remember back to AIing for Phil.
Yeah, Tim said it's cold enough.
Yeah,
Tim's cold if somebody turns a fan on.
Yeah, I know. Hell, I'm teaching down there in October next year. I can't wait. I'm going to be bringing Halloween candy and B8s. That's all I'm bringing with me is Halloween candy and B8s.
The nice thing that's about doing in October is it's a crapshoot.
I'm right here. I heard a beat.
Sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's hot. No.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm excited. It'll be good.
No, it's gonna be good shit. Yeah. Well, you guys should train with Apache Solutions. You should go to their workshops, and if you don't go to their workshops, you should go to their hosted classes. If you don't go to their hosted classes, you should go to their classes that they put on themselves. And if you don't do that, feel free to pay full, fuck you, you didn't do it the easy way price to go see them anywhere from, I don't know, Lewisberry, Pennsylvania to Ohio to Virginia to
Maine to Colorado to Texas.
Yeah. We told you.
We're doing a little bit of traveling this year.
We told you it was easier to go to North Carolina, but now y'all were talking shit, and now you're gonna pay $600 for the same class you could have got for $450. So good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck to you.
Sponsor. He's gonna get a hair gel sponsor like Phil Groff. This shit's on like Donkey Kong.
Yeah, maybe Tim.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, Yins didn't listen to me when I told you.
That's funny.
Now the floodgates have opened. So if you want to see Apache Solutions do the real big things, don't go to North Carolina anymore because they're too busy driving around in a tour bus, farting on each other. So
loving on each other.
It's going to be a thing. They're coming to Lewisberry, Pennsylvania, coming up this fall. I cannot wait for that class. As far as I'm concerned, it's already sold out because if you idiots don't buy it, I'm just going to buy all the seats and hang out myself with all my friends.
Hey, Tim said we got a promo code for it.
What's the promo code, Tim? Promo code for what?
He just says you got a promo code. I don't know what it is.
I don't know what promo code. What's
a promo code, Tim?
Yeah, we don't know.
He's typing as fast as
Corman's Apothecary. The Corman's Apothecary.
Oh, that's right. Apothecary. Yeah, Corman's Apothecary. That's right.
Is that the hair gel sponsor Tim got?
I think it is. Apache 15.
It'd be funnier if it wasn't fucking true. Jesus Christ. Oh, that shit. It'd be a whole shitload funnier if it wasn't true.
Oh, it is for the hair gel.
Yeah, the problem with me is I can't get a hair gel sponsor because I don't have fucking hair. So.
The thing is, we're starting to get just a little bit more popular. There's a little bit more people that are starting to find out about us, or we're starting to make some connections with people. So, we're constantly, I walked into our pro shop the other day, our lounge, and there's all this gear and stuff that it's good gear. And I'm like, hey, cool, man. When did we get this? Oh, I want one of these. I'm like a kid in a candy store, and Tim's just shaking his head because he's having to buy more stock because our inner group is buying all the things. So it's kind of neat. There's Tim's got one for a candle company too. We're starting to make some connections, really talk with people, and get some good quality stuff. And then you got some of the fun stuff like hair gel and candle. But it's we're starting to really get out in the community and meet more people and talk with people. It's been a lot of fun. It's been really neat, especially here in the past several months.
Beard oil.
We're not quite on Kent status yet. We don't have a affiliate page that's a mile long, but we're working on it.
Hey,
baby steps.
You do the things with the beep and the poop. They give you the money. I don't know. No, I know. Honestly, in all seriousness, if in any way we can have helped people, it's really cool to help cool people. So let us help the Apache people. Train with them. I'm dead ass serious. If you guys think I'm playing, I took the example A. AEDC is coming to Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. So you guys know, I drove my ass to Apache and paid money to take the AEDC class and found value in it. Take that shit. I'm being as dead serious as I possibly be. Now, the truth is I paid for the course and then I hung out with Tim and his wife fed me a bunch of food and it was all awesome. So I might be a little biased, but dude, no shit. Take these classes. Go see these guys. Because when Tom Gibbons, Scott Jedlinski, and several other people stop doing this, you're going to be left with Apache, Green Mountain, and I don't know who else. Gunset. Yeah, right. And www.danbradyllc.com/org/
That's right.
Right. So, I mean, you better get familiar now. So take that shit. Go do it for sure. My students, if you're thinking about taking my class or Apache's class and you've already taken my class, don't worry, I'll sell my own. Go take their shit. I'm serious. I'm as serious as I can be. I want to see those dudes fill this class and I want to see it go great. So it's coming up September something 2022.
September.
When are you guys coming to me? I don't know.
Which one? When are you coming down?
AEDC, you're coming to me. I'm coming to you guys. I'm assuming that'll be cool.
September
17th.
17th. I think it's 17th. Yep. West Shore Sportsman Association. That's 17th.
Yeah, that's right over there.
17th, 18th.
Yep. Yeah, come to that.
Yeah,
come to
for sure.
That. And I'll be down in
going
North Carolina doing defensive pistol metrics, where Frank still won't do as well as he wants to do on B8s.
Yeah. Things have changed.
Man. I saw that video. You fucking slayed those B8s.
Man, I slayed. So I did awesome on one.
Yeah.
I did okay-ish on two, and the third run I bombed.
Yeah, it's okay.
So,
I remember
nothing but not consistent.
I remember it's a good one. But any Hooser, we couldn't be who we are without the people who support us. Let's be real. The primary group of people that support us are you guys, the listeners. And then Apache Solutions comes in a close, not really second, but just of people that jump in and help us out when we ask for help and get involved in all that stuff. So in all sincerity, please jump in and help those guys. If you want to support gun stuff and support us at the same time, greenmountaindefense.com/affiliate-links. That's where you can buy AR mags, rifle ammo, pistol ammo, all that stuff. And you can buy it for the same price you would buy it anyway, which is obviously retardedly inflated these days. But you can give us a little piece of the pie. We'd really appreciate that. greenmountaindefense.com/affiliate-links. Check out Head Down Firearms, www.facebook.com/headdownfirearms. For the people that gave TJ a rifle, but not me. You fucker. No, in all seriousness, those dudes make some quality firearms. And they're based in Tennessee. I get to plug my PA peeps enough. TJ gets to plug some Tennessee people. So facebook.com/headdownfirearms for that. We've got some merch, teespring.com/store/Sling'N podcast. You can buy Green Mountain Defense shirts. You can buy Run Your Gun, Not Your Mouth shirts. Tim Kelly does like 40 fucking videos a week. And in 39 of them, he's wearing my t-shirts. So I really fucking love that. That's fantastic. Let's see. Subscribe to our individual YouTube channels. TJ is the Lead Slinging Ginger, youtube.com/channel.something/something else. Because he didn't do a fucking thing. And mine is www.youtube.com/Green Mountain Defense. And also check out the Apache Solutions YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/Apache Solutions on YouTube, where you can watch the Cold Drill Friday, where Trey misses things, Frank misses things, then they make a video and they talk about it. And then Phil Groff shows up and they shoot a bunch of pumpkins and nobody can recognize what the fuck the pumpkins were. That shit got ugly as hell, dude.
Yeah, but Tim won, apparently.
Somehow Tim won. As always, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you have questions or comments, please enter them below. All firearms were checked, cleared, and fuck you, TJ. I'm not reading all this nonsense. I didn't check or clear shit. This firearm is loaded as a motherfucker. It's been loaded the entire time. That's bullshit. That's a total lie. Fuck you, YouTube. Pull me down. I just don't care. What else you got, Frank?
And we're off YouTube.
Yeah.
That's all right, man. Check us out on Instagram, like I said, Facebook, all the fun stuff, ApacheNC.com, and just shut up and train.
Shut up and train. Run your gun, not your mouth.
That's right.
Empowering the timid. All the hashtags. Do that stuff, guys. Love y'all. Appreciate you. Be safe. We'll see you next week. Thank you, Frank.
My pleasure. Anytime, Ken. Appreciate it.